Hi, and welcome back to Ball Masters Football as we round up the highs and lows of game week 6 in the Premier League. I think, to be honest with you, I think the best player is a bit of a tricky one. I had two other players who I was planning to possibly in contention for that, which was Ivan Toney, and the second one was Ericsson. But I'm going to give it to Pickford. The reason I'm going to give it to Pickford is because I thought that the amount of saves he had to make in that game, and they were just peppering the goal, and no matter what they threw at him, he was, saving it. And, considering that he's had not the best of times, obviously, I know Everton as a whole, I know they just avoided relegation, and I know that he was conceding a lot of goals, and maybe confidence might have been an issue or played a part as well mentally. But I thought that was a standout performance, and I think for me, he's just shown Gareth Southgate and all the people that might think, oh yeah, he's no England number one, that he is. I thought he was amazing, and I think fair play to him. He kept Everton in the game. So I think for me, he definitely deserves it. The manager of the week. I'm going to give manager of the week to Thomas Frank of Brentford. I think the way that they're playing at the minute and the way he's got them playing is, commendable. I think he's just come in and he's just got the boys playing. There's no egos in there. There's none of that stuff. Everyone's playing for the team. Everyone's working hard, and everyone's got the attitude of never say die. And if you go a goal down, you know that Brentford are, no matter what, are going to come out and they're going to try and get that equaliser, no matter what, no matter who they're playing. So I think fair play to him, and also as well fair play to the team for buying into his ideas and his coaching staff's ideas, and as a result, they're benefiting from it. So again, I'm really pleased for him. I think he has a great way of playing, and I like the way he plays. The way he plays, his teams play with speed. They're direct, and I love all that stuff. So I'm going to give it to Thomas Frank this week. Best team. Now, it's a bit of a tricky one in terms of who to give it to. I thought there was quite a few. Again, Man United were very good. Again, I thought, who was the other team that done well? Off the top of Brentford, done well. But I'm going to give it to Bournemouth. Again, considering how much of a bad run that they have had, I should say. Bournemouth for me are on the up. I really am pleased for them. Again, I'm still a little bit disappointed that they sacked Scott Parker, but nonetheless, I think they've definitely turned the corner, especially going 2 goals down, to get back into the game, and then to win the game the way that they did against Forest. That is commendable, and I'm really pleased for Gary O'Neill and the team. Worst player. I had a long think about this. It's a bit of a tricky one, but I'm going to give it to the referee. I know he's not a player, but I'm going to give it to the referees this weekend and VAR. I think they've just been... You'd think that they would be helping the game improve and evolve, and I don't necessarily feel that they have. I just feel that some of the decisions that they make sometimes isn't consistent, and it all depends on what kind of referee you get, depending on what type of decisions that you get. And I just feel that it's a little bit of inconsistency, and I'm a little bit frustrated. I know there's a few others that are frustrated, and I just felt that it takes quite long. It takes long for them to make simple decisions, I should say, and that's the frustrating part. And some of the decisions that are clear and obvious, which you think, how is he? You've gone to VAR, you've done all of this stuff, and you still don't give it. how, and and yeah, they find a way of screwing that up somehow. But you know, there's a lot of teething problems that I reckon will get ironed out at some point going forward. But yeah, move on to the next one, which is worst team. Worst team. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to give it to Leicester City. I don't necessarily know what's going on behind the scenes. We all don't know. But one thing we do know is from Leicester being a Champions League team to, being being FA Cup winners, and playing a certain way. I don't necessarily know what's going on. They sacked, obviously no sack. They sold Kasper Schmeichel, which again that was out of the blue, and I just don't understand why it's all kind of turned upside down. Brendan Rodgers is still there. I really hope that he stays and he can get the team out of the little rut that they're in. But again, for me, the results haven't been great, and then I think even though the results aren't great, I think it's the performances that are the problem. Is that they're not creating goals. With someone like Madison there, you should be creating a lot of chances. Harvey Barnes and stuff. I just don't think they've got that spark anymore like what they had. I don't think even Vardy's playing as much. He's come off the bench. He came off the bench in that game against Brighton. I just feel that they just need to get back to basics, back to playing well. I know that they've got that money for Fafana, so I imagine in January they'll be able to spend that. Whether that be Brendan Rodgers spending it, that's another thing, or they may have a new manager who will have the opportunity to spend that. So, let's see where they go. I really hope that they do stay for the sake of Brendan Rodgers' job, because I like him as a coach. I think he's a good philosophy. I like the way his teams play, and yeah. But that's my worst team of the week. But yeah, that's all for this week. Look out for our top six. That should be coming on Thursday, Friday, and our predictions for game week 7. That will be on Thursday. So until then, take care, and I'll see you all soon.